guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Rosie and today I wanted to do something a little bit fun and kind of semi-productive. So I don't know if you guys have seen my mood board for summer, but I've been wanting to do another one, not for summer because I've already done that, but ever since I turned 21 I've been thinking realistically, like, what are my long-term goals? And so I kind of wanted to create like a mood board, and I've done 30 goals by 30. Now some of them are a little bit more big, lifestone, like what are they called, milestones. Some of them are, you know, not as big. Some of them are like in self-improvement. So yeah, I just thought this would be something really fun to make with you guys. Now I have already made the mood board, so I'm just gonna like be looking down at my tablet because I'll be watching the video and I'll explain the goals which I have written here as well, so well, what each picture means and stuff. So without further ado, let's get into my 30 goals by the time I'm 30. My god, just saying that makes me feel so old. In 2031, this is when I shall achieve them by. That sounds so scary, but that is 10 years away. Is it? No, 9 years. 9 years. So let's press play on this. So here we're just watching the title be made. So the app as well I'm using is Canva. I think this is really cool for just these types of things, like what do you call it, like more like creative, like picture editing type things. I think it's really cool, and I'm just using my Samsung tablet to make this on. All the pictures I've gotten are of Google Images. Now I do want to preface, but these pictures, they're not 100% accurate to the image. They're just a vague representation of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this bit of the video is a little bit long because my friends were messaging me and I'm getting distracted by that. So, you know, it's not necessarily need to be this big. Anything else that I need to introduce? I'm not sure. I might just skip this a little bit to get right into the pictures. Then I can speed it up and I'll just put it over. Right, here we go. So we've got our title now. So this first picture, now you may go, Rosie, but you have already got a job. And by first job, I do not mean like a part-time job. I mean first full-time job. So this is like a more of like a, not by the time I'm 30, if you know what I mean, but it's like the first stepping stone. So I kind of broke things down into smaller things, so they were like stepping stones, and the highest up one is like the one that I only want by 30, but I want to go through these processes before, you know. So we start with the full first time job. My first job that's full-time. This is what this picture represents. So that's just what that means, because like I said, you may be going, oh, but you've already got a job. Yeah, right. So the next one also may be kind of redundant, but I thought I haven't technically done it yet and I want to do it by the time I'm 30. So that is graduate uni with my undergrad degree. I have got the certificate now. That came in the mail like last week or the week before, I can't remember. So I've got my diploma, but I just haven't graduated, so I can't call myself a graduate yet because the graduation ceremony has not happened. So that's what that's on there for. But I mean, I technically have already done this, but we move. I just wanted to include it on there so I could feel like I've done something, you know, quicker, you know what I mean. The next image is get a job, but this stands for being a secure job, like have worked somewhere for like a reasonable amount of time, like to get the experience and, you know, kind of just work. And this means like quite a lot to me because I've got lots of medical problems which, you know, can get in the way of that. So to be able to hold down a secure job for at least 2 years, I want to say, even though that's, you know, not that big of a portion, but then I'll be proud of myself for being able to have done that, you know, full time and everything. So that's why that's on there. Not necessarily be my dream job, but just a job that ticks the experience boxes and stuff. I just wanted to explain that because it may sound a bit odd, but I think the most important thing after uni is to get the experience. And now the next one is to have found like my passion for a career / have a direction in life. So this is more about finding a job that I really want to do. Whether or not that comes hand in hand with the being a secure job, that would be perfect. But I don't know whether or not the first job that I come across is something that I'm gonna like, or, you know, even the second job. I just don't know what I want to do. I'm only 21, so by the time I'm 30, I do want to know what I want to do and ideally be doing it, if you know what I mean. But just, I can't say for certain where I'm standing at the moment, what I want to do in my life. So that'd be great by the end to have this kind of direction. And that's why I put that cringy do what you love what you do thing on there. So the next thing is a master's degree. So this doesn't necessarily mean have completed a master's degree. I need to decide on whether or not I personally feel a master's or whatever the equivalent would be worth it for me. And if I do decide to do one, have completed it by the time I'm 30. But if I haven't decided to do one, or I decided not to do one, that's perfectly okay too. But I hope that makes sense. Like, is decide on whether I want to do a master's. If not, fine. If so, complete by the time I'm 30. Hope that makes sense. Because I don't know whether or not it'll be useful in my life, so I don't know what I want to do as well. So it'd be about finding what I want to specialise in, if you know what I mean. And that'd come in hand with the direction. So it really depends on a lot of things. So a lot of these are like interlinked and they go hand in hand. So the next lot of goals I'm moving away from career and academics is to do with relationships. So this first picture is still be in a happy relationship. I love my boyfriend and I hope that by the time I'm 30 we will still be very happy and everything. I really hope so. That may be a weird goal, but I don't know how to explain it other than that way. Okay. The next one is engaged / married. Now, marriage is something that I've always wanted, because even though you don't need a piece of paper to say say that you love each other, like, you can have that without it. I just think that there's something really special about legally committing yourself to someone as well. Like, obviously all that stuff exists without the piece of paper, but I don't know, I just think something, I know marriage isn't permanent because you can get divorced these days, but there is a permanence to it and you're declaring to the world and stuff, so I think there's just something quite special about it. And also there are some financial benefits to marriage as well. So this ring also isn't one that I would want, but I just found a stock one. And the next one is live together. Preferably it would be live together before marriage. I just wrote it because I forgot about it, but yeah, I'd like to live together, and that would be fun. Don't really know what else to say to elaborate on that, to be honest. The next one is probably a bit random, but I want to write a book, and I've always wanted to be an author from a very young age, so I would like to attempt to write a book by the time I'm 30. I don't know if I want it. I'm not going to be out here and say, oh yeah, I want to have it published, because I don't know how good it would be, but that would be pretty cool if I could. But I would love to write a book. I mean, I have written a book already, but it's very bad, and I will never let anybody read it because it's awful. But yeah, I have written, can't remember how many pages it was, but it was well over like 50,000 words, the book was, which probably isn't very much really, but I was 14 or 15 when I wrote it, so it's very cringy, and I did upload it to fanfiction sites, but luckily I had the sense to take it down, so it was awful. I can't repeat how much it'd be awful, but yeah, I'd like to have written another one. Hopefully it won't be as bad. The next one is to do with health. So this apple with health written in it represents my arthritis. I'd love by the time I'm 30 to have it managed, in the sense that it doesn't impact my life as heavily as it does at the moment, in the sense of like fatigue and pain, and I would just love for it to be normal, you know what I mean, like just like I could just be as relatively close to somebody who doesn't have it as possible. Remission, there are people that I work with who are in remission, and they have been for like 30 years, and that's what I, obviously not 30 years by the time I'm 30, but I want to be in remission for at least 5 years, at least, hopefully. I can't deal with how it is at the moment forever, so improvement please. So the next one is, this image kept breaking and it was very frustrating, so ignore the image. You saw it initially. So this one represents be happy with my body. So this is on a just a physical side, and also like a health side. So be happy with my body in the sense that it's not in pain all the time and making me sad, but also I want to get to the stage where I can look in the mirror and not feel anything, but you know, this is my body and it keeps me alive, you know what I mean? I don't want to feel any which way about it, if you know what I mean. The next one, oh, I just completely missed one. So the next one is regular exercise routine, and I'd love to have implemented that, like starting as soon as possible, and have stuck with it and be like really, you know, routine, because I need to for my health, and it's just something that I really struggle with keeping, you know, up to date with. So yeah. And then the next one is healthy eating nailed. I'm very bad at healthy eating and I need to get better, so I am better, so I don't really know what else to say. It's pretty boring on that. So the next one is to be secure in my friendships. So what I mean by that is I'd like to get to the point with my anxiety and the way I think about things, in the sense I don't question if anybody likes me. I want to leave that behind. I want to leave that behind in my teenagehood, but that didn't work obviously, so hopefully I can shake it off in my 20s and just let myself develop some really close friendships and not question them, if that makes sense, and keep myself up at night thinking about how people don't like me, which is not true, but you know, just to be real, it does keep me up at night for no reason. Mental health is very odd because it's basically your brain just bullying you. Yeah, so the next one is to have a healthy work social life balance. So while I would obviously be going to work full time, being able to see my friends and going out and doing stuff with my friends and my boyfriend and my family, like, you know, a healthy balance, you know, so I'm not sad that I'm not doing fun things. That's going to be something hard to adjust though, with leaving education, having all the time that you want to do fun stuff and going into work. I think that's going to be difficult to adjust. And also the next one is to have tackled my social fears. So this is stuff that's ridiculous, as not messaging people or asking them out to do stuff because I'm scared that they're gonna hate me just for talking to them, which is completely irrational. Again, stupid brain. I want to get rid of that. Also things like not being able to go out to eat or go to the cinema without feeling very anxious, stuff like that. I'm working on it and I think I'm getting better. I am wondering whether or not to go to the GP about an autism diagnosis, because I feel like I might have it. So, and that would explain a lot of difficulties that I have with places like restaurants and cinemas. Sometimes I feel like I have sensory issues, in the sense that in a restaurant, for example, there's a lot of noise, and I feel like that's overwhelming. A lot of people that I go with don't notice it, but I feel like that overwhelms me and it causes panic, and then I feel sick, and then my fear of throwing up is triggered because I feel sick. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's something that I'm going to look into because I have a suspicion about it, but we'll see. The next one is have been adventurous and experience life as much as possible. So what I mean by this is going out of my comfort zone, going and trying as much stuff as possible, to say that I've lived life, I've done this, I've done that, you know, and I'll have memories rather than, oh, I didn't do that, oh, I didn't do that, you know, what ifs, I don't want them. Okay, so the next one is, we're going into our travel section, is have gone on at least once girls' holiday. I'd love to go on holiday with my friends and have experienced that once in my life. I have never been abroad without it being a school trip, and I've only ever gone on holiday with my family. So I would like to, whether that be in this country or abroad, I would have liked to have gone on a girls' holiday, because I think that's something in life that you should experience, and I haven't. The second one is have gone travelling to places with my boyfriend. There's some places that I would really like to go with him. I'm a bit nervous about travelling. I think it's partly because of, you know, the effect of COVID that's had on everything, but also because of my methotrexate medication. I'm worried to go places without my mum, because she's the one who administers my injections at the moment, and I could ask my boyfriend if he could do it and I would trust him to do that, I could try and learn to do it myself, but I just don't think I have the willpower or the mental strength to press the button. And you can't even see the needles, so I don't know why I'm so affected by it, but I am. Don't know. It's just something I need to get over. My mum won't always be here, unfortunately, so yeah. The next one is been abroad. This is because I want to go to places, and I'll give you my top 3 destinations. And that is Italy is my first one. Oh, I've come up with another one now. I'd like to go to France and Greece and Germany. My parents went on a trip to Berlin when I was very small, and I'm still jealous that they didn't take me. I mean, I wouldn't have appreciated it because I was very small, but I still hold a little bit of resentment there. I'm joking, it's not that deep. So the next one is having my own home, but I'm not sure if I mean actually own a house or rent, because housing market not great, but I would ideally love to own my own house, but don't know if that would be possible. And then the next one after this is have the house become mine. So this means decorate it, you know, like I would a Sims house, you know, really put my character into it and make it my little, you know, safe space from the world. I don't know, I'm really looking forward to being able to design something to my taste. And the next one is to have my own little friend, or 2. So I love Max, he is my little friend, but he's my mum's dog, and I want a dog or 2 to keep each other company, to be my friend, and I want that bond. I mean, Max loves me, don't get me wrong, I know that he does, but he's my mum's dog, and I want my own dog. And it has to be a dog, I'm not a cat person, I'm sorry. The next one is represented by money bags. This is to be financially stable. So the reason I put this on this is because part of my dyslexia is impulsivity, and I'm not very good with money. So I want to develop budgeting skills and be in a place where I'm not having to worry about money. But I'm 30, and financial smartness is something that I really want to have, if that makes sense, and that's why I put that money on there, but it's not really the best representation of what I mean. So the next one is have done or stuck at YouTube for at least 3 years. I mean, I'm nearly done it for a year, kind of, not really, and I'm impressed with myself for that. But yeah, I just want to, because then I enjoy doing it, and I don't know what point that I won't enjoy doing it, but I would have liked to have stuck with it for like at least a couple of years, because it is something that I enjoy doing, and it's a good way to look back on your life and stuff, so that's why I really like doing it. The next one on here is to be learning or have learned a language. I've used the French flag here just because that's the one I'm most interested in learning at the moment, but that could change. But yeah, I just really find languages interesting to learn. I did say that in my other one that I did for summer. This clothes picture represents to have found my style. At the moment, I don't really feel that the clothes that I wear define my personality. It's more just comfort wear, because I am living in the house most of the time and my body hurts a lot of the time, so I dress for that. But I would like to really have a style that I can go, yeah, that's me, all of these clothes I feel comfortable in. But don't get me wrong, I do feel comfortable in what I wear, because that's why I pick it, like it's comfort, but I want to look nice too sometimes, if you know what I mean. I know what I mean by this, but I don't really know if I could be very clear with it. The next one is learn how to sew. I just love to be able to make my own clothes, or I don't know, cushions, or I don't know, toys, or clothes mainly, but I just love to be able to sew. Every time I watch a great British Sewing Bee, I just want to be able to sew. And the this one is hobbies. So find some new hobbies. I'd like to branch out and find some things that I would enjoy that I don't know yet, if that makes any sense. And guys, I forgot to put one on here, number 30, which is perhaps the most important goal, is I want to be happy. I want to be as healthy as possible, obviously, because I have a chronic illness. And I want to be fulfilled. And I think that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if any of these get ticked off. What matters most is that I feel the best about my life as I possibly can do. And I think that's really important. So yeah, this is the finished mood board, and that's all of my goals. Well, not all of my goals, but 30 goals by the time that I'm 30. Like I said, which is only 9 years, so best get cracking, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up and comment down below any suggestions you have for future videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now, guys.